What if one of the most interesting AI breakthroughs right now isn't in the cloud at all, but running on high-end consumer hardware and still tripping over its own tendency to overthink? Welcome to the Automated Daily, Hacker News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. It's August 17th, 2026, and I'm Trend Teller. Today, a major AI infrastructure acquisition, a notable update in local models, fresh concerns about watermarking and AI credits, and a few important stories from open software, hardware, and networking. This episode is brought to you by Lindy. Lindy is your ultimate AI assistant that proactively manages your inbox, meetings, and calendar, so you can focus on what actually matters. Find the link in the episode notes. We'll start with AI infrastructure, where Stripe has reportedly finalized a deal to acquire OpenRouter for more than $7 billion. That is a striking number for a company built around routing requests across many AI models, but it says a lot about where the market is heading. OpenRouter's core appeal is flexibility, one access point, many models, less vendor lock-in, and more control over performance and cost. The bigger takeaway is that the AI stack is maturing fast. Choosing a model is becoming less important than managing a whole portfolio of them, and the companies that sit in the middle of that traffic are suddenly very strategic. In a new development in the local AI story we've been following, Simon Willison says Qwen 3.827b looks like a genuinely impressive open-weight model for people running AI on their own machines. He highlights strong vision performance, useful tool use, long context, and promising coding agent behavior, all on hardware that serious enthusiasts can actually buy. His main criticism is that the default reasoning setting is badly tuned, making the model slow and prone to overthinking simple requests. Even so, the overall message is clear. Local AI keeps getting more capable, and the gap between what you can do on your own hardware and what once required a hosted service is narrowing. Two other AI stories today point to a messier side of the ecosystem. First, John Gruber is sharply criticizing Anthropic's planned text watermarking for Claude, arguing that it doesn't just label AI-generated writing, it subtly changes the writing itself. His complaint is that once word choice is influenced by detectability, users can no longer assume the model is aiming purely for clarity or precision. That matters because watermarking sounds harmless in theory, but in practice it can turn into a quality tax on every sentence. Second, there's a report on the rise of so-called token brokers, middlemen who buy and resell unused AI credits at steep discounts. If that market keeps growing, it could create a shadow economy around model access, with all the usual risks, abuse, fraud, and eventually tighter enforcement from providers. Put together, these stories show that AI isn't just a technical story anymore. It's also becoming a story about governance, incentives, and market structure. On the open source desktop side, GIMP's August development update gives a useful look at where the next generation of the editor is heading. The headline change is a new project file format meant to carry future features beyond what XCF can comfortably support while keeping backward compatibility for opening older files. The team also points to better PSD interoperability, more non-destructive editing, and a long list of usability and performance improvements. Why it matters: image editors live or die on file compatibility and workflow polish, and this looks like GIMP trying to modernize both without breaking its existing community. In hardware, the RISC-V debate has taken a more grounded turn. In a rebuttal to recent criticism of the architecture, the new argument is that engineers outside the usual US and European centers often care less about theoretical elegance and more about what they can actually afford and obtain. The point isn't that RISC-V is perfect. It's that a scalable open instruction set can span tiny microcontrollers and much larger systems in a way that makes skills and tools more portable. That makes this less of a pure architecture argument and more of an ecosystem argument. Access, pricing, and availability can matter more than whether a design looks tidy on paper. And finally, Reticulum is drawing interest as a cryptography-based networking stack aimed at decentralized, self-sovereign communication. The pitch is not another global platform, but a way for communities and individuals to build secure networks that still work in low-bandwidth, high-latency environments and don't rely on central control. That makes it notable for anyone thinking about resilient infrastructure, especially in places where conventional connectivity is weak, expensive, or politically constrained. Even if it remains niche, it reflects a broader push to make networking more local, portable, and independent. Thanks to our sponsor, Consensus. Consensus uses AI to help you find and understand research papers, and you can get a free month. Find the link in the episode notes. That's the roundup for today. If you want to dig into any of these stories, links to all of them are in the episode notes. I'm Trend Teller, and this was the Automated Daily Hacker News Edition. See you tomorrow.